I was just 3 years old when I looked into a mall mirror and said something that made my mom panic so hard she rushed me home, speechless. I thought I was just imagining a twin sister in the mirror. Turns out, I wasn't imagining anything. My pretend sister was real, and my mom had been hiding her from me my entire life. If you've ever been lied to by someone you trusted the most. If you've ever dreamed of uncovering a truth so twisted it shatters everything you thought you knew, then buckle up. This is the story of how I found the sister my mother tried to erase, and why I'm glad it scared the life out of her. Let's rewind. When I was 18 years old, my dad sat me down for a conversation that would turn my entire world upside down. He told me I had a sister. Her name was April. She was his daughter from a previous relationship, born 12 years before me. I was stunned. Not because of her existence, I mean, people have half-siblings all the time, but because no one, not once, had ever mentioned her to me. Not my mom. Not my grandparents. Not even my dad until that day. He told me the truth, slowly, and with a visible weight on his shoulders. Apparently, he'd wanted to be in April's life. He had been, for a while, until he met my mom. That's when things started to get dark. My mother, in her own words, didn't want another woman's child in our family. She said it would confuse me, that it would complicate things, and that she deserved to be the only mother in the picture. But it wasn't about confusion. It was about power. See, my mom is the kind of woman who thrives on control, image, appearances, and the idea of a stepdaughter, one she didn't give birth to, one who predated her authority, threatened the empire she thought she was building. So she gave my dad an ultimatum. Either pretend April didn't exist, or she'd walk. And as much as I love my dad, he caved. He chose peace. He chose my mom. And just like that, April disappeared from our lives. Now, here's where it gets really eerie. When I was around 3 years old, I entered that mirror stage kids often go through, where they become fascinated with their reflections. Only, I went a bit further. I didn't just think it was me in the mirror. I thought it was someone else entirely. My twin sister. In my little toddler brain, I was convinced that the girl in the mirror was a different person. A twin who lived in a different world. My secret sister no one knew about. One day, my mom and I were at the mall. I was sitting in the shopping cart while she pushed me past a massive mirrored window. I turned to her, excited. "Mommy," I said, "do you want to know a secret?" She looked down, half distracted. "I have a sister no one knows about," I said while staring into the mirror. That one sentence changed everything. She stopped the cart. Her hands went stiff on the handle. Her eyes went wide. And then, the interrogation started. "What did you say? Who told you that? Where did you hear that name? Who is your sister?" I remember feeling confused, overwhelmed, maybe even a little scared. So I explained to her the whole mirror thing. My pretend sister. The reflection. The twin in the other world. The relief on her face was instant, but it wasn't joy. It was fear fading. She laughed awkwardly, muttered something about imagination, and rushed us out of the mall so fast I almost lost a shoe. As a kid, I didn't think much of it. But that memory stayed with me. Like a thorn buried deep in my subconscious. And when my dad told me about April at age 18, everything clicked. The panic. The rush. The desperate, terrified questioning. It wasn't about my imagination. My mom thought I'd found out. She thought, at age 3, that I had somehow discovered the sister she tried to erase from my life. And that terrified her. Now, fast forward to my late 20s, and April and I finally meet. We're both adults now. She's kind, intelligent, and honestly one of the funniest people I've ever met. It was like looking into the mirror again, but this time, she wasn't imaginary. She was real. We became best friends. Bonded in a way I never expected. We laughed about how wild it was that I guessed her existence as a toddler. But behind the laughter was rage. I was angry. Not just for myself, but for April. She didn't deserve to be cast aside, hidden like a shameful secret. She lost out on a family. I lost out on a sister. All because one woman was too insecure to share attention. And here's where the revenge part comes in. I never shouted. I never confronted my mom in some dramatic movie-style blow-up. Instead, I introduced April to everyone. At my college graduation. At my engagement party. At my baby shower. Every milestone, April was there. And people loved her. Even my mom's side of the family. They were confused at first, sure. But April? She's impossible not to like. My mom squirmed through every event, trying to smile, trying to pretend she was fine with it. But I could see it in her eyes. This was her worst nightmare, the perfect family image cracking open, and the truth walking straight through the front door in heels and a killer dress. April didn't need to be vindictive. Neither did I. The sweetest revenge was inclusion. Because no matter how hard my mom tried to erase her, April is now a part of our lives. Forever. And the best part? I told my mom once, almost casually, about the mall memory. How I remembered her panic. How I finally understood it. She froze. And I just smiled. Guess some secrets don't stay buried, I said. No screaming. No chaos. Just my sister, laughing with my fiancé at our wedding rehearsal. Just April, holding my newborn like the aunt she was always meant to be. And just my mother, standing awkwardly in the corner, watching the life she tried to erase blossom right in front of her. No words could have hurt her more than that smile on my face. No act of revenge could have been more perfect than simply knowing the truth, and loving April anyway. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't loud. Sometimes, it's not about getting back, it's about getting better. Lies may delay the truth. But they can't destroy it forever. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and drop a comment below. Have you ever uncovered a family secret that changed everything? And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories of justice, truth, and the people who rise through it all.